Hey guys, this is Jess of WreckedRadio, and I want to talk about MGMT's Congratulations. The album, which was planned to be released in mid-April, was recently leaked across the internet. How did the boys respond? They streamed it free on their site, adding, "We wanted to offer it for free download, but that didn't make any sense to anyone else but us." Yeah, sounds like them. In general, the critics begin their articles like, "Why MGMT's new album might suck," and "MGMT takes a risk." With any mild MGMT fan who really only liked the band for Kids, Time to Pretend, and even Electric Feel, you might be incredibly disappointed. There will be no hits off this album. Ben and Andrew took a completely different direction, making an album full of experiments and references to classic psychedelic rockers. If you're an avid WreckedRadio viewer, you will have probably heard me say before, well, my favorite band right now is probably MGMT. But I was very objective reviewing this album. I wanted to look at it from all perspectives, so don't be alarmed if I critique the crap out of it. Jeez, Jessica, just get to the tracks! Okay. Get off the crack. I'm getting there. First, It's Working. The song is the first of my future's favorites off of this album. It's also the first off this album to sound like 5 different songs rolled into one. The other songs include Flash Delirium, Siberian Breaks. Actually, it would make more sense to name all the songs that weren't like 5 songs rolled into one. Andrew has said that it is also about surfing, "It's working" being a phrase that he uses when the wave is starting to pick up under the surfboard. Probably my second favorite. Second song for Dan Treacy. In case you didn't know, Dan Treacy is a musician that was part of the 80s English group called Television Personalities. I totally had to look that up. I have no idea who he is either. So in this song, I wanted to describe MGMT in the same way that I'm describing what the Young Vanes are doing right now, and that's playing incredible homage to a lot of the old sound. And to me, they're sounding very genuinely like a lot of 60s pop rock, including the Byrds, Beach Boys, Strawberry Alarm Clock. I'm 20 years old, and I'm sure that there are a lot of viewers like me that are very familiar with a lot of 60s and 70s rock, but there is that part of the generation who hasn't heard anything past 1990. And those people are getting the experience as well. As for Dan Treacy himself, these lyrics most likely represent the period of his life where he was homeless after going through a lot of mental illness and being addicted to substances such as heroin. Watch out, kids! One thing about Andrew's lyrics is that they will usually touch on a very general subject, such as sudden loss, which is this song. But they convey their simple message with this haunting, dreamlike imagery. This was similar to songs on Regular Spectacular like Of Moons, Birds, and Monsters, and Pieces of What. The lyrics to this one go, "And once extinct might come alive, a purple smoke in some eternal sunshine. With a long sigh let the hissing in, stones deformed by gentle kissing, and all the closed eyes start to glisten, but it feels like someone's missing." MGMT has written some of my favorite lyrics of all time, and though this is one of their short pieces of lyric, it's not missing anything. Flash Delirium is definitely my favorite song on this whole album. From the very beginning, it builds itself into this explosion of like crazy lyrics, brains, morals, everything. It's just great. It includes some of the strongest lyrics on the album, painting this kind of weird, oxymoronic visual on every single line. No wonder the guys released it, even though they apologized. It kind of encompasses the best of what they wanted to do on this album. For I Found the Whistle, the boys have claimed that one of their inspirations came from the current economic state, talking about how I found a whistle that gets me out of any dire situation and erases all my sins and crimes. It's smart and lyric, but musically, I think it's lacking. Okay, on this album, I really wish that Andrew's voice had more of a presence. One time in an interview during the circuit of Regular Spectacular, Andrew was asked very quickly to answer what band he would most likely want to be compared to. He said Led Zeppelin. And though I was kind of like, really, man? You think you were kind of like Led Zeppelin? But at least during Regular Spectacular, he had that kind of amazing whine in his voice when he sang. You can hear it in songs like Pieces of What and Weekend Wars. But on Congratulations, they bury his voice under the softening effects and all this reverb that he kind of gets pushed to the background. And you don't even pay attention to the lyrics or his voice at all. So Siberian Break is a 12-minute song about surfing. I actually didn't know that it was 12 minutes until I had to read that somewhere because it's like 50 friggin' songs rolled into one. Now that's true, but I actually don't mind it. Their older EP/B-side, Metanoia, was actually almost 14 minutes long, and it's actually one of my favorites. This song was inspired by the Beach Boys, and I can definitely hear that. One critic said that this song would be like going surfing on ecstasy. Funny thing is, with them two, he's probably right. So Brian Eno is, of course, the keyboardist of Roxy Music. Actually, I did know that one. But you didn't have to. The lyrics are really playful, making Brian Eno this kind of sorcerer teacher. Watch out, Harry Potter. MGMT's building their own school with a staff full of old British glam rockers. It's kind of a vampire punk rock song about finding Brian Eno in, like, a cathedral in Transylvania. He's like a dark wizard. We originally asked him to produce the track, but he hadn't heard of us. I love you guys. This song is by far the most annoying song to get stuck in your head, believe me. But I figure it makes me laugh every time. Lady Dadas Nightmare is their token instrumental track. Now, they did say that influence for their album were including Lady Gaga and Kanye, but the title to this was actually kind of a coincidence and didn't really have much to do with Gaga. It is a composition written by the entire band, and Dada is actually an art movement from the beginning of the 20th century where nothing was supposed to make sense. I guess the boys had art history class. Well, so did I! Hey, professor, if you're watching, bonus points class tomorrow. And congratulations! When I first saw some of the lyrics in Rolling Stone magazine a while back, I thought it was going to be a fast song. But it isn't. Andrew said that it was written during his bout of depression because of their newly found fame, with lyrics that kind of say, everyone loves us, and no matter what happens to me, everything will be okay as long as we get these congratulations. And some reviews actually said that MGMT made a pompous album that reflects their new air, thinking they can get away with anything. I do not believe that's true. I believe they knew they were making a major risk when they made an album so far away from Miraculous Spectacular and their pop fame, that this song spits that back to the listener. Congratulations is honest and smart, and it's up there with my two other favorites. Best lyric comes from Flash Delirium. Here's a growing culture, deep inside a corpse. Ages stuck together, taking it to the source. Timeless desperation, pictures on the screen. Hey people, what does it mean? Like my interpretation of it? Thought you would. Best jam? I guess I'll say Flash Delirium, but this album didn't really have one. Overall, I give this album 3.5 stars. Or maybe 4. I believe the boys took this album and turned it into a giant science experiment, making it a really fun trip, but sometimes ending, burning chemistry set. They did a great job, and hopefully their third album will be better. Wasn't exactly better than Miraculous Spectacular. If you guys have something to say, leave a comment below about what you think on the album or what you think on my personal review. Or, better yet, record your own review and put it down there. I'd love to hear what you have to think, even if you think that I'm completely wrong. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm done talking your ears off. Peace, love, rock and roll.